The last few questions, the directions say find the discriminant of each quadratic equation, then state the number and types of solutions. Well, a quick review on that. The discriminant is actually just what's under the square root in the quadratic formula. So the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac when things are in standard quadratic form, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Now, what does this discriminant tell us? Well, if the discriminant is negative, so it tells us state the number and types of solutions. We have the number of solutions and the type. So if the discriminant is negative, we have two complex or imaginary solutions. If it is 0, if the determinant is 0, you have one rational solution. That's because you'll take the square root of 0 and there's a plus or minus in front of that. So you're adding and subtracting 0, which is the same thing. Now there's two parts to the positive part. If it's positive and a perfect square. Perfect square are integers squared. So 2 squared is 4. Well, 1 squared is 1, so 1. So the perfect squares are 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, 25. So all those perfect squares, now they have to be positive. If it's negative, it just goes, it's automatically imaginary. So if it's positive and a perfect square, you have two rational solutions. However, if it's positive and not a perfect square, you have two irrational solutions. So a discriminant, instead of figuring out the solutions, you can tell about the solutions or know about the solutions just by looking at what's under the square root, which we call the discriminant. So same idea, a equals -1, b equals -6, and c equals -9. We want to, again, the directions say find the discriminant and then state the number and type of solutions. So discriminant is b squared, so -6 squared, minus 4 times a, which was -1, times c, which is -9. Well, that is 36. 3 negatives, so that would be negative, minus 36, which is 0. So we found the discriminant. It's part of our answer. And then that means we look at our table here. The discriminant was 0. So we have one rational solution. So one rational solution. All right, let's look at number 30. Number 30 is not in the correct form, so we have to subtract 5 from both sides. It must be in standard quadratic form. So this is 4x squared minus 4x plus 2 equals 0. A equals 4, b equals -4, and c equals 2. Try to separate these a little bit. And so our discriminant is -4 squared, so b squared minus 4 times a, which is 4, times c, which is 2. Well, this is 16 minus 32, which is -16. It is negative. Negative kind of trumps everything. 16 is a perfect square, but that doesn't matter, so it's negative. So we look at negative, and we know that's 2 imaginary solutions. So one answer is the discriminant is negative 16, and then we have 2 imaginary solutions, or 2 complex solutions. I'm not going to do the other 2. I'll leave those for you. Just remember, on 31, you would add 10 to both sides first and then figure out the discriminant. All right, be ready for your test.